Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear listeners, welcome back to another episode of Encrypted Muslimah, where we decode life through faith. I'm Umi.
And I'm Mariam. Today we've got something that's going to blow your mind and honestly humble your heart. Ever felt like life's problems are as big as elephants charging at you? Well, what if I told you there was an army of actual elephants that couldn't even take one step because Allah said no?
Hey, yep, you heard that right. Giant elephants, an arrogant king, a simple man with complete trust in Allah, and tiny birds with pebbles. Welcome to the story of Suratul Fil.
So now, let's take a journey back in time. It's the year 570 AD. The Kaaba is standing tall in Makkah, not as the bustling place we know today, but still the heart of Arabia. People from all over are coming for trade, gatherings, and even some distorted forms of worship.
Enter Abraha, the big boss from Yemen, full of pride and religious ego. He's like, "Why are people traveling all the way to Makkah? I'll build my own grand cathedral in Yemen, and they'll come to me." But guess what? His shiny new building didn't get the attention he craved.
Haha. And like a spoiled kid who didn't get his toy, Abraha throws a tantrum. But not just any tantrum. He gathers an army of 60,000 soldiers and, oh yeah, elephants. Huge ones. Imagine seeing that marching towards your city.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. The people of Makkah, they're terrified. They don't have armies or weapons to fight back. But one man, Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, steps up.
Abraha actually meets Abdul Muttalib and is shocked because instead of begging to save the Kaaba, Abdul Muttalib calmly asks for his stolen camels. Abraha's like, "Wait, what? I'm about to destroy your sacred house and you care about camels?"
And here comes the mic drop moment. Abdul Muttalib says, "I am the owner of my camels and I'll take care of them. The Kaaba has its own owner and he will protect it." Subhanallah, sis. Can you imagine the tawakkul in that statement? It's just on another level.
So Abraha's army marches forward. But guess what? The elephants, led by one called Mahmud, refuse to move toward the Kaaba. They try everything, beating them, pulling them, turning them in different directions. The elephants move in every direction except toward the Kaaba.
And just when Abraha thinks he's still in control, the sky darkens. Not because of clouds, but because of flocks of small birds flying overhead. Tiny birds carrying tiny pebbles.
Now you'd think, pebbles? Against an army? Seriously? But those pebbles, simple baked clay, became more destructive than bullets. Allah didn't need thunderbolts or earthquakes. Just pebbles. The army was obliterated, their plans crushed, literally.
You know, Mariam, this isn't just a story about the past. It's a reminder for us today. Sometimes we face elephants in life, problems so big they feel immovable. But Allah is the one who controls even the largest of beasts and the tiniest of birds.
Exactly, sis. And how often do we stress about things out of our control? Abdul Muttalib didn't waste his energy trying to fight an army he couldn't defeat. He focused on what he could handle, his camels, and left the rest to Allah. And so here's a question for our listeners. What's your elephant? Is it a fear, a problem at work, a health issue? Maybe it's time to do your part, like Abdul Muttalib with his camels, and then say, "Ya Allah, this is yours."
Right. No matter how big your challenges are, remember, the one who protected his house with birds and pebbles is the same one who's got your back.
And if you ever feel small, thinking you can't make a difference, remember, It wasn't the size of the birds or the pebbles that mattered. It was which who sent them.
Subhanallah, there's so much wisdom in that. It really makes you think, how often do we feel powerless, forgetting that it's not about our size or strength, but about who we rely on?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of tawakkul. When we trust Allah completely, even the smallest effort can lead to something incredible.
That's a perfect note to end on. A reminder for all of us to hold on to that trust, no matter what we face.
Until next time, stay strong in faith, trust in Allah's plan, and never underestimate the power of tawakkul. Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum
alaikum
wa
wa rahmatullahi wa
rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh.
barakatuh.